Hello, my name is Anthony Biddle and I live here on the south side of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I just want to take you on a tour of my Burmese neighbor's garden. I have 1 acre and 1/4, my deed says. We'll walk to the back here and see what's going on. This man's just using property that I don't have time to use. He maintains it. I mean, he has it looking nice and he's growing vegetables for him and his family. He was a rice farmer over in Burma before the armies came and started murdering his family. I have a relationship with him and his family. You know, I welcome them onto my land because I see him out here, he's working. He's a very peaceful man. He's just looking for something to do and somewhere to fit in. This grassy area here, this was on the apartment's property. They had every right to say that this was no good here. But from this property marker forward is my property. And I figured if I could share the back of my property that I'm not using. So many times he's brought food to me, my wife, my daughter, vegetables. Even they brought us some chicken they made the other night. He keeps his garden very clean. He keeps everything, all the trash that blows back here, pushed up against the side, out of the way. Most of the sticks are just sticks that he found on my property. They're all sticks that's fallen out of the trees that are long enough. Some of the brush structure, I believe, is for the vines. They'll grow up on it to keep it off the ground, and some of it, I think, is to keep the rabbits out. Last year, it was actually in the fall, they did let them get their vegetables out, but they actually came onto my land with a bobcat and pushed, Akai is his name, pushed his garden into a pile. So I started making calls, contacting people, the wife sent out emails, and come to find out the city of Fort Wayne deemed it agricultural and said that it was an eyesore. So it really broke my heart to see all this hard work pushed into a giant pile. So I came back here and talked to him and told him to come up into my yard farther and he could have his garden in my yard. And so now what you see is the culmination of that. He has a very beautiful garden, is quite large, but he has a large family as well. I mean, he's helping people over here that maybe can't afford food or just would like some real good food that they know where it comes from. We don't speak each other's languages, but we can sit down and just have some peace between us, and we don't even have to say anything. And for some of you that know me, that's different. Before I come to Christ, I could care less about anybody other than myself, especially if you were different from me. I didn't have anything for you, and I didn't want you to have anything for me, but once Jesus gets a hold of your heart, it's a whole new ball game. I'm just a silly hillbilly from Indiana, and now I know Jesus gave me a heart for people, and this is the little bit I can do to help this man do something he knows and loves to do and feed his family. There's no reason I shouldn't do that. God loves me and my Muslim neighbor. God loves all of us the same. No matter how we see him or view him, he loves us and he wants us to help take care of each other. I feel especially those that don't know him. And anybody can love their neighbor. As far as this garden, I would say this is just me trying to love my neighbor like Jesus called me to do. I couldn't stand to see him not do anything. I think it would break his heart. I just love being some light in my neighborhood.
I'm Jenny Hayworth, and my husband and I moved here a year and a half ago, and we do backyard movie nights to get to know our neighbors, to build relationships, and to build a safe place, hopefully, for neighbor kids to come over and play now and in the future. We have a lot of fun. The kids have fun, the adults have fun, and we just really feel God has equipped us with the house that He's blessed us with in the backyard to be a light in our neighborhood.
My name's Rebecca Neff, and we are having a summer Bible club here in our backyard. I was really excited about this opportunity to be able to share Bible stories and the Word with some of our neighbor kids that are here coming. My hope is just that they experience the Lord and His love and the power and the difference that He can make in their life. I think they're having a lot of fun and hearing a lot of true stories and seeing just how fun it can be to follow Christ and to follow His Word and to love Him and see what that's all about.
I am Ocleva Williams, the director here at the Catholic Charities Homework Help Program. This summer, Fellowship came out and did the immersion program, and so the young people came in and just sat with our children. They had a lot of one-on-one attention because Fellowship came out. With the community that we're serving here, the Burmese Muslim community, pretty much, it's just important to bring the love of God, the love of Christ to this community.
I'm Liz Pancake. This year was my second year at Immersion, and we went out to different areas of Fort Wayne and we did a summer Bible club. We would tell the kids a story and do some crafts with them and an activity, and we just really engaged with them. And there were some of us that went to ARC, which was a building that had people with disabilities, mental or physical. I think immersion is important because we spread the light of Christ. We try to reach out to the different people in our community and just try to shine God's light to everyone we see and meet.
I'm Ann Petro. I believe it's important to reach out to the people that God puts in your life, however that happens. I have a group of girls that God brought into my life, Rachel, Danny, and Lydia. And we meet together once a week to eat, to talk about God, and to encourage each other. We share burdens, but we share joys as well. I also have a neighbor, Ellie, who has become precious to me. God has put her in my life as a blessing to me, but also so that I can reach out to her. I know what I do some people would call discipleship. I look at it more as intentional friendship. It's really reaching out to the people God puts in your life and sharing with them the good news.